Oh, there.
Where? No, well, see, it opens this side, but it does, oh, here we go. I just didn't open it all the way. So there was this cool map here. You know, so when you turn it, you know, it becomes something else. But I love things that fold out, you know, that add on. So I love this book. This is a little book that we made in one of my Reconstruction era journal workshops, which will be available as a workshop one of these days. And in it, we take out all the pages, and then we make crazy pages out of garbage and insert those back in, and that's a cool process. So just more altering books, and all of them are just going to have different sizes. And this was a book on the circus, and I'm really attached to the images. It's very hard. I don't even remember making this. Wow, love that. When did I do that? Did I do that? Were you in here? Were you working on this? So that's going to happen. You're going to work on stuff and close your book and not work in that book for a while and look at it again and say, I didn't do that. Who was working in my book? So it's always a good idea to date things, and I title them. I try to get a little understanding of whatever theme I'm working on here. But in any event, I'm really attached to the images in this book, and so it's hard to work in, but maybe I'll do a better job of truly altering a book, because normally I just work over everything. Look at this little baby. Oh. And this has just great, you know, it's somebody's real diary. You know, and it's scary to work over somebody else's things. And sometimes, you know, in some of the books you have to take pages out, you have to take signatures out. You'll know what to do. Other books, like this one here, I used to work in this size sketchbook all the time. And this one, it's heavy. I didn't take any pages out. And the spine is broken, you know, it's hefty. It's quite a volume. And I've had students who don't take any pages out either and let them expand until they don't even, you know, they're this wide. And one of my students took that open book, dropped it into plaster, and it really is a sculpture. And so the idea of artist books is that, you know, they do challenge our notion of what is a book. You know, it's a three-dimensional work of art, so it's also sculpture. Artist books are sculpture. But we as visual journalists are not really thinking about necessarily artist books because these are our private stash. But look, I collect these great little leather wallets too. This one, you know, closes like this. You know, but you could just take pages and staple them in or tuck them in. That would be cute. This is cool. It's separate pages, and I didn't realize that. But it's this cool paper. I don't know what this paper is. But you know, all these pages are different, like made of plants, they're made of all kinds of different things, so you want to feel them. But as a visual journalist, I encourage you not necessarily to work on separate pieces of paper and then bind them together later, because then your critic or your judgment is going to be there, and we need a safe place to create. And we also want to develop that ongoing series, so working on separate pages is not a good idea. We're really interested in the book process. So one thing I want to say about these spiral bound books is there's this space here, and when I'm holding it up to show you it, you almost get the sense of you can see my spine in the back, or my trachea, or my sternum, this becomes part of me, and that's a cool thing. I love that when my students are sharing their work and this is sitting here right in front. I want you to notice how this page has this page has this, and in a sense they don't meet. So the nice thing about it is that we have this, and then a little breathing space, and then we have this other side. And sometimes our work is so intense, we really need that breathing space. Other times you'll find that you have to paint slowly and carefully between every single one of these spirals. And it's a Zen process, and you totally slow down, and it makes you crazy, but you got to do it. But you don't do it on all of them. So yeah, you'll get paint here. And the spiral does become a graphic or unifying element between the two pages, and something that just kind of helps carry our eye over. Putting the two, linking the two pages, so that as you're having to turn your pages to get to the blank page that you're going to work on that next day, you're already developing a series, so that when you get to that page, the psyche knows what she wants to tell you about. There's accordion books, books with black pages, short books, small books. I use old calendars. I just love the size. This is a beautiful sketchbook from Rag & Bone. Jason Thompson sent this to me. I love it. I love the color. It's red. Cover, it's red. It's beautiful. Another one of those books that's just sort of too nice for me. But also, I used to only work in blank sketchbooks, and I don't really do that anymore. This was the book that I was using, or going to use, for my grimoire when I taught my Woman's Book of Shadows workshop, which I might make that an online workshop too. And it's one of these photo books. These are beautiful old books, and some of my students used these, and they were incredible. And when I'm holding it up to show you it, you almost get the sense of you can see my spine in the back, or my trachea, or my sternum, this becomes part of me, and that's a cool thing. I love that when my students are sharing their work, and this is sitting here right in front. I want you to notice how this page has this page has this, and in a sense they don't meet. So the nice thing about